Apparently Rocky doesn't like that sound. Hello. Oh, I lost a viewer because I said Rocky. I'm sorry, dude. Back up, homie. Who's a good boy? Say hi to everybody. There he is. Ruff, ruff, ruff. What are you smelling, buddy? You smell what the Rock is cooking, or do you want another treat? First person to say give him a treat, I'll give him a treat. Hello, Sam. Desert, what is going on, sir? How's things going over on your side of the world? No, Rocky was on the ground, and that was a dog named Boo, who is part Belgian Malinois, who is kind of looking a little bit likey to Rocky. And for some reason, I'm one of the only people that can pick him up. You want it? Good boy. As much as he trusts me, man, as soon as I give him a treat, he turns into a little crackhead. Had a downpour? Oh, that sucks. Hey, look at the camera. Buddy. Rocky had 2 accidents. Actually, I think he was marking territory at my buddy's store today. So, that pissy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Look at that freaking arm on this guy, huh? Look at the freaking arm on this guy. Boink. I guess you guys want to see the guns, though, huh? You guys want to see the guns? You like how bad my hand is? That's me with my hand closed all the way. You can see the boxers break. You see right there. Especially since I've lost more weight again, so I'm getting loose skin on my hands. But yeah. So I have what's called the boxers break because I punched a solid steel door when I was 18, and then I set it myself. You see how my knuckles don't line up? Whereas that hand, my knuckles do line up. Knuckles don't line up. Knuckles do line up. You had 2 accidents the other night. Yep. But you saw Rocky. Dude, Rocky's got the muscles of a frickin' bodybuilding pit bull. Air Max, what's up? Yeah. He loves him his treats. I love him my treats. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the wall. I don't think anything has changed since the last time I showed it on Wednesday. Not at all. I have sloths everywhere. Wait, where's the other one? I have sloths everywhere. Well, this is what you fuckers come here for. You come here to see the guns. How was your day yesterday? Uneventful. Rocky wasn't feeling great, so we spent a lot of the day just kind of relaxing. And then, what was yesterday? Thursday. So I had a nice fight with fucking FedEx. I'm telling you, if the companies I work with didn't use FedEx, I would never deal with them ever. Ever at all. At all, man. At all. So I threw the suppressor on the 1022 and the BX25 just because it makes it look cool. Doesn't that look cool for a 1022? That would be an awesome, like, small game hunting rifle right there. 1022 with the Archangel stock and a 25-round mag and suppressed. Don't really like FedEx either. How much prefer UPS? That's just my opinion. Yep. Hey, I come for Joe, not the pews. Okay. Don't come for me at all, buddy. I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah. So pretty much standard fare on the wall. So you got the DWX, the Witness, the Chris Finks, the XP Pro, the Match X, the Hammerly 22, 1911, the 22 Heritage Barkeep, the Canon, G-Force Arms Chronicle 1911, the M45 Star, Daria Arms DY9 Island Barrel, XP Pro, and the Tissus Nitstalker. The Trolls are a bonus, yes. Also the KS7. And yes, we're still rocking the desk PC. The desk PC. La 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 la. Boing. The shelf of awesomeness. Yeah. So I'm proud to be happy to say we do have a channel sponsor. My buddy. Hold on, I'm failing at doing things. There we go. The best camera work in the industry right here, buddy. I'm telling you. My dog is really not digging what I'm doing right now. Okay, here we go. Rocky's like, stop it, man. Yeah, gotta plug in the phone. Plug it in like your mama does to her vibrator. Boom, 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 boom. The tit stalker, the tissus, the taishash, the tishnish. You doing good, buddy? He's very much alert right now. So he had a bad day so far. He's doing better now, slightly. Green Hood, what is up? Phone on Do Not Disturb. Don't need another jump scare. Yes, it is on Do Not Disturb. We should be fine. Come here, pal. Come here. Yeah, that's my good boy. He did a hour-and-a-half ride each way down to my buddy's shop. So, anyways, I'll be making some advertisements for my buddy. So, as a channel sponsor and an advertising partner, he will be just doing ads with me. I'm not going to be doing other weird shit. So, come here. Rawr. 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 Good boy. My dog puts up with so much of my stupidity. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah, relax, buddy. Oh, you had something in your hair. But get in here, kids. Let's see what we can do tonight. It's a nice single action in the back. Thank you. It's actually just a Heritage barkeep. Go ahead. Here. Milk. Boom. Not sponsored. Oh, that was only half of one. Dude, these smell good. I'm not going to eat one, though. They don't taste great for humans. But I will give one to my doggo. But yeah, that is the Heritage Barkeep. It also has the 22 mag cylinder with it. Why is it zoomed out? Here, let's plug you in a little bit. Hi, I want to kiss you. But yeah, let's see. Guns that I really want to get. None. Actually, no. My buddy got the 211 GTO, GTD, whatever the hell it is. I'm trying to get it from him. So my buddy who owns another gun store, Middletown Firearms, he got the 211 GTD. He got a couple of them. And he bought one for himself. The last gun he bought for himself was a Canik TTI, and it's never left his desk. So... What up? Just came to show some love. Papa's pew pews. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. I've seen you in other lives. Let's see here. What are you doing? You guys should go check them out. They do videos and shorts, so they got both for you. There you go. Yeah, go check out Papa's. Yeah, get in here, kids. Yeah, so anyways, moving forward, I'm trying to get sponsors so that I can afford to do stupid shit, like buy guns. Which isn't stupid, it's just the way I said it. I almost got an M1 Garand for $500, but the guy passed and his wife would not sell it to me. Oh, that sucks. What am I drinking? Looks delicious. It is a Strawberry lemonade. No artificial sweeteners. No 1 gram of sugar, so it's very good on sugar. It's just a good 10 calories. So it's just a good mixed drink. I don't like plain water. Plain water has a taste, and I don't actually like the taste of plain water. You okay, buddy? You're staring at me. Am I about to have a stroke or something? Am I okay, buddy? What's my blood pressure doing? Is that the problem? So my dog is trained to watch my blood pressure, and he alerts if I get low blood pressure. But yeah, anyways, with the channel sponsor, we can afford to get other guns for the channel. Looking for more sponsors, and that'll be awesome. So make sure you guys get subscribed. I'm trying to grow the channel organically. It's always been my goal. I've always been that way. During that whole shit where they were like, oh, you need 1,000 subs and shit to monetize, we did sub for a while, but I'm not doing that anymore. If I like your channel, I'll subscribe to you, but I'm not subscribed to that many things. Your dog is a sugar alert dog. Awesome. It's a good thing to train your dog to do. Some of those animals, like the diabetic and dogs, they can sense from like across the street. They have such a good sense of smell. What's the chassis on the 1022? That is the Heat Seeker by Sharps Brothers. So John Sharps, owner of the company, likes my videos. So I did one on the Echelon and the RXM, and he's like, damn, they did well. So I was like, hey man, if you happen to have a Heat Seeker laying around, I've got this 1022 bull barrel, and I'd love to do a video on it. He's like, sure. And he sent it out. So good guys. Go over to Sharps Bros. Check them out. They are a little bit pricey. You're going to wind up paying some good money for their stuff, but their machining is top notch. The quality on the finish is definitely worth the money. And when you put a metal chassis onto a gun that either had a wood or a synthetic, or if it's a handgun, a polymer frame, you put it into the same class and category as if the manufacturer had done it. So when you look at, like, the RXM chassis is $339 or something like that. Sometimes it's on sale, which makes the gun about $700 when all said and done. $715, $720. But then you look at guns like the M&P 2.0 metal or a PDP. Fuck, the PDP steel frames are $1,500 because they're competition guns. But a M&P competitor is $900. The Rival S, which is just a Rival with the steel frame, that's $900. So it's cool because John doesn't force you to buy his stuff. He makes you want to buy his stuff, and the prices work. Joe, I just bought a 509 Tactical off Gunbroker, waiting for it to come. I know you're not crazy about it, but I like the way it looks and hopefully the way it shoots. So the 509 is less prone to the frame exploding because it doesn't shoot quite as high a pressure round as a 10 millimeter. So lose the hat. No. $500. What do you think of the PSA daggers? Do you think their quality is getting better? I have not messed with one in a while. I do have a bare compact frame sitting there that I need to build, but I have not done anything yet. I wouldn't mind checking one out. I just think it's funny that they still manufacture them with the doctor's cut and then they put them on sale because nobody buys them. And you'd think they'd learn their own lesson. Nobody buys them with the doctor's cut. I started streaming 13 minutes ago. That's a long whiz. But yeah, ask me questions and I will tell you the answers. Start your engines. Oh no! A credit card I haven't had for 10 years is whatever. Fuck you guys. Palmetto, 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 oh shit! They're selling fast fires for $200 on Palmetto. See, YouTube is messing with your algorithm too. A little bit of A, a little bit of B. So my long form videos are doing about what they normally do. The shorts, I have not been consistently posting shorts, so that's on me. But the live streams, yeah, a little bit they're messing with me, but also I'm not being promoted as much because I'm not being consistent. I missed a week because of my uncle's funeral. Sorry. Am I planning to come down for the cookout? Probably. Damn it, took me 13 minutes to get my gizmo ass out of the jacuzzi tub, lol. Any thoughts on the PSA Saber line? The Saber daggers look pretty decent. They're not inexpensive. I have not put my hands on one. I can tell you that quality costs. So paying a little bit more to PSA, hopefully that improves their quality control, would be a nice thing. What do I think about the Echelon? The Echelon is pretty solid. I enjoy the Echelon. It shoots well. I have the Sharps Brothers frame on it, which makes it even better because it gives it a stiffer frame. Some people are like, I like the polymer flex. Yeah, but it also has a lower weight. And when you're trying to fight recoil, and I'm not saying fight recoil like I'm weak, but I mean, if you want better recoil control, get a heavier gun. It's the same reason why Bonneville Salt Flat race cars are fucking heavy. They put weight in those cars on purpose in order to make them more stable. You put more weight in the front of a gun, it makes it more recoil capable. Sorry to hear about your uncle. Thank you, man. Michael, what's going on, dude? Yeah, so that little dog, his name is Boo. He's a cool dog. He likes to eat poop, which is not great. But his owner told me that he doesn't like to be picked up by strangers, and that he doesn't like his fingers being messed with, his toes, his toesies, his nails, and so I can just pick him up, and he doesn't care. It's funny because when we're at the dog park, it's a nice Gur son you've got there. No, I'm gonna bring a Kuna and the Match X down, and you can pick. I think you're gonna go with the Kuna, especially because I can't get the fucking things right now. You just finished getting Halloween costume for the kids? I would just get them pickle barrels and make them pretend that they're 1930s or 1920s market crash victims. Cody, what's up, dude? How you doing tonight? Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. So yeah, do I go live every day? That's a question I need to ask you guys. Should I do it from the office while I'm working? Just go live like a lot of people do? All right, about to go do some errands. Nice. Do I like the Kimber XS38 revolver? Never shot one. I like the Kimber the K6. I like that one. I've never messed with the XS38. Do you have a favorite Halloween themed movie? Yes, Ernest. Ernest, which one is that? Ernest, fuck, can't remember the name of it. I wanted to make them awesome O from South Park, cheaper to get boxes, lol. You downloaded Twitch yesterday? Nice! Did you get the whole thing, or did you just buy part of it? Yeah, I go live every day. A lot of people say that. So, like, if I go live a couple hours every day, obviously I don't expect everybody to keep coming back, but I think I might do that just to kind of wind down the day, give me a couple of hours. Also, I'm trying to grow the channel. The more I grow the channel, the better my odds are of getting better review samples, getting back into the good graces with some of these companies. I don't know why some of the companies have stopped responding, other than the fact that I've had a lot of life things happen, so I haven't gotten to the range as much as I'd like to for like the T-sauce and shit. Doesn't really make sense that they would just stop answering me back. Love the Glock collection. Welcome to the Glock Fanboy Club. There's no Glocks in there. I've got 7, but there's no Glocks on that wall. I can't see too clearly, but is that a damn KSG? It's a KS7. It's the single tube variant. But yes, it is a Keltec. At 9 o'clock, I'll do a full breakdown of what's on the wall. It's also a suppressed 22 rifle, so I like my stuff. I swapped up today, made different forms of fire start today on live instead of fun content. It turns out to be good. Yeah, I noticed that in your shorts. You said when you no match required. Go live doing VR. As soon as I get the rig put back together. My PC right now, this thing, the box PC behind me, it's an old Ryzen 2600 system. It is not good enough to stream VR right now. It's barely good enough. Like when I play Tarkov, when I was on, or not Tarkov, but Tabor, when I was playing Tabor on the 12900K system, I was getting a locked 90 FPS. With this thing, I'm getting about 45, so I'm getting some bad stutters. You got an Osprey on that 22? Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, you're Mcito. You're gonna have to type something else, bro. Because I can't read that. Where is your PC case? The PC case is sitting on that desk. How much does a 22 pistol cost? 22 pistols can vary in price, anywhere from you can get the Phoenix Arms HPA 22 for like 100 and something bucks. You can find them used at pawn shops. You can get a revolver 22 for under $100 if you find a used one. Yeah, you can spend upwards of $1,000 for a target one. On average, if you want a semi-auto, you should spend about $3-ish and get a Taurus TX22. Quandale, you let's not be that, okay? He's asking an actual question. I want to answer those questions. We don't need to be snarky back to people asking questions. I have this set up because I want people to ask questions, brother. Good evening, Buckshot. What's going on? What you tell a beginner that wants to learn guns for self-defense? Range time, and dry fire. So you need to shoot your gun that you're going to be planning on using for self-defense. I have so many stories of people bringing me a gun to sell me, and they're like, I bought it for self-defense and I never fired it. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you buy a gun for self-defense, you train with that gun, you shoot that gun, you practice with that gun. You also want to dry fire with that gun. You need to be able to learn your trigger discipline, your trigger control, and being competent with that firearm. How many pistols do you have? Not 100% sure. I recently sold about 65 of them. So there's that. There's 40 of them that are pawned right now, and then there's 3 safes worth. I was just saying that's a pretty broad question, varies from brand, etc. I get that, but when you say the way you responded, because we aren't hearing you speak, comes off as snarky, or you're trying to be a smart aleck back to a question. And I'm not Garand Thumb, I'm not Brandon Herrera, I'm not playing the algorithm to try to get my shit more views. I actually like it when we're a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed, and we help each other. I want this community to always help each other, you know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not calling you out about it, I'm just saying let's try not to do that in the future, please. Sam has been around for a while. Sam is not really knowledgeable on guns, and that's why they come here, so that we can teach them. So, yeah, there probably won't be a whole lot of traffic coming in here if people are looking at the thumbnail because they see a picture of a dog, and that always does less. I've historically seen that as well. So live streams with the dog in the picture always do worse. You got it. Thank you, brother. Like I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. I can be an asshole, but I'm not trying to be an asshole. You do it consistently, then we got a problem. Dog picture is cute. Thank you. Hammerly went on sale as a solid choice. Yeah, I paid $200 for that one. It was on Palmetto. 12 rounds, 2 mags, 1911, so it was just solid. I once ate one of these. They don't really do anything to you. Although I don't want my dog to eat it. You awake, buddy? Why are you still awake? Close your eyes, go to sleep, and dream of the big squirrel chase. And you like to run around and bite your own testicles. You're a dog and a dog. Going to eat pizza. I'll be back. Nice. Do I shoot competitive? Noticing a lot of 2011s. No, I don't. It's kind of funny. So the Night Stalker was my first 2011, and that started it because, well, I've had the double stack 1911s, but 2011s with the removable grip modules, that was the first one. Obviously, I have the Fusion XP. Fusion sent that to me. They're good people. And Gerson sent me the Match X. So it's just more of a, I like shooting them, but I've never done a competition. I would definitely do one if I got the chance to. I would definitely go and shoot competition if I could. So, sorry, I'm trying to sit up more. What's the worst gun a customer tried to sell you? A Nambu that had been chromed by somebody who didn't know what they were doing and looked like it would explode if it was fired. Don, what is up? Michael says beautiful. Thank you. I am beautiful no matter what they say. My dog is sleeping now. Am I going to pick up the new SIG 211? Yes, at some point I will pick up the new SIG 211. I'm working on selling my Grandmaster. I sent it to a buddy who's thinking about buying it. And if he buys it, then I will have the funds available to buy a couple of other guns. How is Rocky? He is sleeping. Steel Challenge is a blast, and you shoot from a static position. A buddy of mine actually does competition shooting. I'm not going to throw out their name because I'm trying to get them to sponsor some videos. So when you give it away for free, nobody pays for it. So Travis, if you're watching this, sign the documents. Oh, don't even interact with them, Justin. Just let them go. What's your opinion on the P365? I like the concept of it. I don't like the small size of the standard one. I have the Fuse, which is the biggest version of the 365 available. The X Macro is nice. When you get into the Legions, they get a little expensive, though. Yeah, Travis. Yeah, Travis, do it. Nice, just picked up an XL. Not a huge fan of a small grip. Exactly. What is your biggest bullet? My biggest bullet is, right now that's on my wall, is the 50 BMG, although the fastest round up there is the 416 Barrett. But yeah, not a huge fan of the small itty bitty guys either. Looks like we're about to get a flood of what we like to commonly call in YouTube space assholes who don't know how to behave. Halloween's coming up. Are we doing a titty stream this year? We can make it a tradition. Would I ever pick up a Glock 26 as a backup carry? No. I do not endorse, support, or recommend Glocks unless you're only looking for one gun. So to a person that's looking for one gun, a do-it-all self-defense, home defense, car defense, whatever gun, fine. I will recommend a Glock because they are basic bitch pumpkin spice latte guns. They do the job, they run reliably, they're going to save your life, but they are so friggin' boring. I cannot stand Glocks. And I have a Glock tattoo. I cannot stand Glocks. They are not innovative. They're not perfection. The only reason they run as well as they do is because they have terrible tolerances. If they had the same tolerance as a 19, they would be less reliable than a 1911. Big Brother is opening the gates. I mean, that's fine. Go ahead, by the way, Justin. If you don't like somebody's comments, just fucking get rid of them. I'm done being that guy. It's not even worth fighting. Hard to believe it's been another year. My Amazon is recommending me wild shit. Oh, you're the one that sent me the shemale with the dildo? You finally admitting it, Justin? You sent me the torso with the peenie? The panini. The Schemmel panini. You put a macro grip on your XL. It's pretty sweet. And that's a cool thing about the SIGs. Yes, there is problems with their company. Yes, the way they handle controversy is not good. Yes, they need to handle that shit better. But man, some of their guns are actually pretty quality and fun. Are you licking a pole? Meow, 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 meow. Oh, dude. PSA selling their Pasak 47, their AK-47 for $600 for the Blems. That's pretty good. That good. That good. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking like that. Look, guys, nobody ever said that I wasn't the smartest person in the room. What? Don't worry about it. Sorry, I'm looking at the daily deals. Damn it! Anyway. PSA is the best gun manufacturer? Just really large, slutty outfits. I got the titties to fill them. Not anymore. I've actually lost enough weight that I can look down and see my stomach and my dick. Hello. What's your name? Fred. That was a weird name to give yourself. Oh no. You probably shouldn't do that. Fred. Favorite superhero from childhood? It's always been Iron Man. Always has been, always will be. I just got a PSA 12 gauge bullpup on sale under $250 out the door, shipping and all. Damn. You need a yeet cannon for your collection. You need to zoom in on your screen, son. Random, but am I the only one tired of 9mm? And yeah, I live in Illinois, so not too many other options than handguns. I mean, it is possible to get like 9mm fatigue, where you shoot it too much. I carry a 45, and I like to shoot both calibers when I go to the range, so I guess I'm not too burned out on it. I'm kind of over 10 mil right now. A lot of people, you know, especially in 2023, 2024, a lot of manufacturers reintroduced 10 millimeters, like the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 Compact, the X10, the updated Glocks Gen 5, 40, and 20s. A lot of 1911s and 10 mil came out. So, like, the market literally flooded with 10 millimeters, which was interesting. Nah, you're smart. Pretty goofy. Smart, though. What is that comment? So, for those of you that don't know, I suffered massive blood loss back in 2017, and I got brain damage from it. So, I have Dory from Nemo memory. My local has some good deals on used 10 mils. Jenks, what's up, son? Not mad. Nice guns, thank you. A 2.7mm Calibri. Okay. Sticking with my 1911 and 45 ACP, I'm telling you, man, there is nothing fundamentally wrong with the 1911. Some people say capacity. I say that's a skill issue. Learn to shoot better. If you can't do the job with 8+1, 9 rounds, I mean, come on, dude. We went, what, decades with revolvers that had 5 rounds in them. People were better shots back then. Look at, like, drive-by shootings in Canada. Everybody got hit because they had 5-round capacities. So, just saying, if you're forced to use less rounds, you're going to become a better shot. I'm sorry, buddy. He hears me talking. I don't talk this much unless I'm doing a live stream, so he literally is trying to sleep while I'm talking. He also refuses to go to the bedroom. You got any Colts? Not currently. I've had a few. They don't do much for me. The 70s and 80s like Gold Cup matches are really nice, but they're a little expensive. Pythons literally do nothing for me. I've got the Ruger GP100, which in my opinion has a better trigger, better cylinder lockup, and just feels better in the hand. And current 1911s, like in 2021 when Colt was going through the bankruptcy, 2022, 2023. 2023 is when CZ swept in and bought Colt out of their last bankruptcy. So their newer guns might be okay, but I've yet to play with them to really know. Local shop next to me has a Colt Delta Elite for sale. That's actually very common, Don. They re-released it. My buddy's store, Liberty Arms, they have a brand new Colt Delta Elite for sale. So if you're looking for one, Liberty Arms, call them. Tell them I sent you because he's paying me to advertise with me now. So, what the frick? What do you think of the 44 Magnum? 44 Magnum is cool, especially if you get a carbine that shoots it, like the 1854 Stealth. A friend of mine just ordered one. I don't know why I pointed up like it's God. It's my friend who owns a salon above me. But yeah, 44 Magnum is pretty sweet. It's expensive to shoot. It's like $50 a box for like MagTech brass shit. If you don't reload, that can be expensive. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Daria, what is up, Daria? American Eagle Luger, my dream handgun. Well, keep going, brother. You'll get one. Everybody, Daria support. Daria sent me that slide. I already had the DY9. They would have sent me the whole gun, but I didn't need it. I already had the frame. So they sent me the island ported island barrel, I guess you would call it. Really cool gun. Yeah. So as we're moving into October, going into November, like I said, I've picked up advertisers. I think we're going to do daily lives starting on Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm probably going to take the weekends off because I want my weekends unless something comes up. You have the brand new Robertson Arms TP67 single action, only 4.5 day. The only real guns know what I'm talking about. Apparently I'm not a real gun guy. I left it in my car underneath the catalytic defibrillator cap. So seriously considering a 20, how much do the bullets for a cost on average? If you just get regular range style stuff, Sam, you can probably pick up like 22 ammo here in the state of Virginia. It can be anywhere from a few dollars for a box to $20 to $30 for a box of 50 because there's competition grade stuff like Ely, which makes match grade stuff, and then you got stuff like and Remington, that's Remington, and some other manufacturers that make bulk ammo 22, which is really cheap. Real gun guys work the weekend. No, we don't. You become a member every weekend. That's a lie. Yes, 22 is by far the cheapest ammunition you can get outside of breaking in and robbing a store. Don't do that. Yes. I don't know why I have my screen set to full 4K. It fucking makes it hard to read. My doggy. 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 That's like bulgogi, only doggy. Doggy. Yes, I have multiple phones. Who doesn't? It's interesting. I thought it'd be hell expensive, but thanks for the information. Nope, it's always the cheapest way to go. You guys remember Eartha Kitt? I'm Adam Wee. I'm Batman, and I had no. Well, bro, it's my bedtime. My live is at 4 a.m. Eastern time, so going to bed, bro. Papas, everybody go check him out. The 2A community has plenty of room on YouTube to grow. So picking sides doesn't work. If you have a YouTuber you don't like, so be it. Just don't watch them. There's plenty of them that I don't care for that I don't watch anymore. I've been very vocal about it, but I'm kind of done with that shit. I don't want to be that guy. I'm tired of controversy following me around when it comes to not liking certain YouTubers or people in general. So I'm done saying it. I like everybody. I just don't watch some of them. 22 is a great way to get time and let down range familiarity with manipulating. You can always work your way up. Yep. Does that sound familiar? Is that what your moms were doing last night? Anyway. Since we have so few viewers in here, I'm just fucking around. I don't care. Did you see Passan released a new micro digger? Let me see the digger. Hello, micro digger. Micro digger. I just typed in micro gagger. That's not going to bring up a result. Micro gagger is what they call Asian penises. Custom compact dagger, RMR pistol with chameleon fluted barrel. Is that the one you're talking about? I don't actually like a small gun. So that's how it is. Yeah. I should probably stop making some of these noises. What is wrong with that boy? I wish I knew. What is he doing? I wish I knew. You should probably stop. I wish I knew. No need for guns. Too much violence. Block Top, I'm going to put this out to you, sir. It's not the guns, it's the people. Violent people will be regardless of the tools used. The fact that you see guns as only for violence means that you either experience gun violence because of the people you associate with or live near, or you just have a massive misunderstanding about what guns actually are. Guns are literally inanimate objects. Guns have no purpose unless they're given one by the person wielding it. I shoot them for accuracy and practice and fun. In no way am I violent with my firearms. In fact, if I step up to somebody, unless they are threatening my life, I have no intention on using my gun in any sort of defensive or offensive way unless it's absolutely necessary. So to say that they are violent is it's unfortunately demonstrating either a bias because of where you are, who you are, where you live, what you do, or because you have information bias from the internet or local news. So associating a feeling or an emotion to an inanimate object is the problem. You have any AKs? Yes, 3. 1301. So I've got the Mossberg 930 Tactical and a Benelli M2. Those are my guns. At least you can keep my micro dagger in my pants. I don't like the price on the higher end PSA when you can blue label Glock and blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, blue label is nice. No one's breaking in. Yep. Facts. Do you like cars too? Yes. In fact, if you go way back on the channel, so like if you sort by oldest videos, you'll actually see the first video on this channel was me showing my Mustang, and then I worked for car dealerships for years, and I should have did it when I should have done it. I should have done it. I should have started doing YouTube way back when, because I worked for a car dealer that we used to get some wicked ass shit. Like, you know, we had a Cobra Jet 428, Olds Cutlass convertibles, a lot of Grand Nationals. I had a GNX for a while. Lots of Camaros, lots of Mustangs, lots of K5s. So I used to do reviews and stuff. Back in the day, I actually used to do 2 videos a day. I would do a car review when I was working at the dealership, and then I would do a video game hunting video. The way I've always been taught is that guns are a tool. Is the 1301 a good choice for a first shotgun? If price isn't an issue, yes. The 1301 from Beretta is an exceptional shotgun. It's a semi-automatic, which makes it a lot easier for a lot of people that don't have experience running a pump shotgun. It requires less physical finesse, and they are excellent quality. So yes, I have a Mustang 205, first of the S197 in Legend Lime. Dude, Legend Limes were nice. I wish they had done that in the later cars. Mine was a 2014 track pack. Any Pioneer Arms, just got a help up pistol, and it's pretty good. Not really. Pioneer Arms, I believe they're all imported from Turkey. I'm not really into the flash in the pan, no name gun companies that are bringing in guns. So a lot of them are bringing them in as importers, but they're all being made in the same facility. G-Force, Chiappa, Charles Daly, Tokarev, they're all built in the same basic facilities. When I had a car body shop, I shared space with 12 other shops. We all had different names and businesses. Same thing with the gun manufacturing world. You go over to Turkey, and there will literally probably be a neighborhood size area with like every manufacturer in there, and they're all using the same tooling. So I'm not saying the gun isn't good. I'm just saying that I'm really not a big fan of a $200 gun, a $300 gun that should be $700 to $800, because to build it, ship it, sell it, and still make a profit at $200 is questionable. Mouse, what's up? Isaac, I mean, it might be too much for you for a first shotgun. I don't assume somebody, man. Using price as your determination for your first shotgun is not a good thing to do, brother. Don't do it that way, because assuming that just because somebody wants to spend money and get a quality firearm the first time is a little bit lacking in understanding of other people. Your personal opinions are perfectly fine and valid, and you can have them, but to say it's not a good first shotgun is false. It's a great shotgun. It's a very reliable shotgun. The gun shop quoted me $2,200 out the door for a pistol grip 1301. That's, where do you live? Because that is way too much. You can get Benelli M4s used here for $2,200. How do you feel about gun insurance? You mean like carry insurance? I don't believe in it. I have lawyers. Everyone make sure to double tap. Thank you. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, make sure to double tap. Militant, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming in. My back is itchy. So, yeah, Smiley, I don't believe in carry insurance because most of the companies that are doing it are 100% for profit. I also really don't recommend USCCA. Sorry, I got an itch right in a spot that I can't reach. So, I'm about to fucking blackberry it. A brand new 1301 should be no more than $1,500. Why not? Because if you look at USCCA, for example, USCCA dropped a client because they used their gun. They're supposed to be protecting her because she had to use her gun, but because she used her gun, they dropped her. So, because they weren't sure they could win the case, so they just they dropped her. They fucking dropped her. What you need to do is you need to find out who a 2A lawyer is in your area and speak to them. Sometimes the cost of retainer for a lawyer, especially for such a ridiculously low chance of use, could be the same as hiring like USCCA and shit. Because all USCCA is going to do, they're going to find a lawyer in your area and pay them to represent you. So you might as well cut out USCCA and find your own lawyer. Clean shave looks good. So the likes go up a little bit. It does. Maybe it's because I live in California, they charge more. Yeah, California definitely does that. California is ridiculous. There you can wind up paying like $800 for a friggin' Glock before they got eliminated. Going to see the new Tron movie with Mrs. Mouse soon. Oh, I didn't know they did. Yeah, that's right. They did another one, didn't they? I agree. Just think entry level when people ask for first shotgun, not the best shotgun, period. Yeah, I don't do that. I spent too long working with people, like in the car industry. I used to have coworkers that used to judge people based on price or appearance, you know. I don't prejudge anybody for their choice. I let them tell me what they're trying to do. That's why when somebody asks me to make a recommendation for a gun, I really don't. I usually ask questions before I make any kind of suggestions, but I don't like recommending guns either. I have a Mossberg Jam 940. Shoots pretty soft. Yes, they are well sprung. I have the 930 Tactical. California gun laws are kind of ridiculous. No, they are definitely ridiculous. They're stupid and they shouldn't exist. I mean, California. You keep looking around or just pay the price. I would tell you to take that $2,200, rent the U-Haul, and move out of California. I don't know your area, brother. I'm literally on the east. Around here, I can get 1301s for less than $1,500. So you're paying a $700 premium because you live in a state that sucks. Sign of a good salesman. You would be surprised lack basic skills when it comes to sales. So I sold used cars for 10 years before I moved to new cars. And I literally walked in my first month at a new car dealership. Number one, I hold the record for Ford Motor Company for getting certified as a salesman. I did it in 12 hours. But second, I also was the second highest salesman the first month I worked there, the first full month. So, yeah, it was fucking ridiculous how easy it is when you have skills to sell cars versus a lot of the guys I used to work with. Here's an example of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing and they're just trying to make some money. If you're familiar with the term dealer exchange with cars, we as car dealers could work with other new car dealerships to buy their vehicles. We would trade them a car, etc., and we would bring them in for folks if we didn't have the car they wanted. All my coworkers were like order takers. They worked at McDonald's. Here, let me get that car for you. I was like, fuck that shit. I have one here that's 85% of what you want right now. Who cares if it's green instead of black? Would you be colorblind for the right price? I almost never had to go and get a car for a customer because I could find one in our $35 million inventory to sell them. What do you think of the KSG? That's another one I'm looking at. Very hard recoil, and the action is right by your ear, so keep that in mind. Everyone donate $5 for the titty stream. Yeah, it's going to have to be a lot more than $5 there, Drunk Mouse. Also, don't do it through YouTube. Do it through Cash App. If you donate it through YouTube, it's not going to happen because they're going to take 30% and they won't pay me until December. So don't do that. Virginia's on the front lines. It could go either way. Well, we, in 2019, had the big brouhaha with guns and shit, so it would be interesting to see what they propose moving forward. You sell rifles. I own a gun store, so I sell everything. Do I have a revolver? Nope, not a single revolver up on that wall. If everyone donates $5, we will hit the goal. No, dude, if everybody in chat right now donated $5, you'd still be $2,200 short. I'm looking for an excursion with decent mileage. Good luck, dude. COVID fucked everything, especially when it comes to excursions. If you're willing to take a V10 or a Triton V8, you might be able to find one. But an excursion with decent mileage, during COVID, they were going for full retail, even V8s. The gun shop wanted $1,000 for the KSG brand new in California. Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. Thought the titty stream goal was 1K. No, I said $1,000. I'll eat the hot shit. I think I said 2K for the titty stream. I guess they charge more here because they don't want people buying. No, they charge more because they get charged more when they buy from distributors because distributors have to play within the rules for what can be sold in California. There are so many guns that are not allowed to be sold in California, and there's so many restrictions on shipping, delivering, and selling that it gets very difficult. It's the Sazy. Thank you for the donation. I will enjoy your $3.50 in December. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, Milton. Thank you so much, brother. You didn't have to do that. I want to see you wear the titties on Halloween. Well, we'll see what happens. All I'm saying is, if you do it through if we're doing it that way, it's going to be more expensive. It's going to cost you 30% more, so it's going to cost you $2,600. But yeah, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Those of you that watch for fun, I totally get it. I'm never asking for money. The only time I ask for money is if I offer something of value, like with the hoodies that I'm trying to pre-sell. We are going to work on getting those. We've only sold like 5 so far, so if you want one, there's 44 left, excuse me. They're $50, 45 plus shipping, so figure $55. 2X, 1X, 2X, 3X, and a couple left of the 4Xs. Black, green, and gray. Travis, thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate it. Merry Xmas, lol. But isn't it supposed to be on Cash App? Yes, it's supposed to. Check your Cash App, big boy. Oh, fuck me. What'd you do, Moody? Yay! Drunk Mouse has donated $10, so we are this much closer to the titty stream. So we are now at $17. Wait, so 7 minus 30%, that's $2.10. We are at $14 out of 2K. Don't know much how they want for the Benelli, and they want $2,500. I think it's crazy because Beretta has a faster action, in my opinion. You know what's even funnier? Beretta owns Benelli. Titties, titties. Does your wife know you keep on saying that? Next time you guys fly out here, I'm wearing them when I come to visit you. Uh-oh, Rocky's dreaming about the squirrels, man. He's got the twitch going. His ears are in a neutral forward position, so I don't think he's in any sort of distress, but yeah, his desire for squirrels is very high. So guys, get in here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I'm building up my collection now. I have at least 5 magazines for each gun. Always trying to figure out which magazine is for which gun. Any suggestion? Yeah. Get a pink pen and just write on them. It literally does nothing to them. It's not going to affect the way they work, and it will help you keep them organized. She doesn't know she's on Instagram. Yeah, I don't want to reach up too high. Oh, here. Well. Is that? Yeah, if I had reached up too high, that would have ended the stream. I'm looking at all my mags to see if I have any with writing on them available in front of me. By the way, staccato mags, STI mags versus Checkmate. If you ever wondered the difference, they're basically the same. In fact, these work in a STI, but they don't have the rib for her pleasure look. Donald, what is up? I told her you're wearing them the next time we visit, and she made a face, lol. Yeah, fuck, what the hell, a Glock mag? Oh, it's for the XP Pro, so it's okay. No, you have a lot of mags laying around. I have mags for guns I don't even have anymore. I don't even remember what this one's for. High Point? I think these are High Point. Yeah, these might be High Point mags. Got to keep a couple of loaded ones next to my VR headset, just in case. You never know. How do I feel about the 380 round? The 380 round is fine. A lot of people malign it, but they're not too bad. Yep, High Point. Just occurred to me that last time you did a titty stream, it messed up the algorithm. Yeah, but that titty stream did extremely well, and I made like an extra $200 from bouncing. So sometimes I'm willing to fuck with the algorithm if it makes me the money. What other mags? There's a Wilson Combat. That's obviously for a 1911. Don't look at my crotch. Ah, here you go. So, anyways, back to what we were saying. As someone who likes metal frame guns, you, sir, have impeccable taste. Thank you. No, the problem is it hasn't recovered from the times that I keep getting in trouble. But yeah, so as you can see, CZ75, I just write right on the mags with the marker, and it'll come off with alcohol, rubbing alcohol. So just do that. My dad just got a snub nose 44 that shoots halo point. What's your opinions? Well, I mean, a revolver will shoot anything you put in it that fits the chamber. But that's cool. Yeah, so the multiple times I had my live streams terminated, also expressing my opinion has caused some people to stop watching because they are, well, frankly, bitches. Are those all real? Yes. Who makes Shadow Systems mags? PMag, so Magpul makes their mags. And then obviously now there's the metal mags available now. I need to put some of these away. They're in the way now. What's your favorite Glock? A broken one. This mag was sent in by a subscriber. Sent me a whole bunch of these for one of my 1911s. What's the biggest caliber gun you have? 4570. I envy you Americans for being able to have guns legally, especially such a corrupt world. What's your favorite gun out of your collection? Interestingly, my favorite gun is probably legal in a lot of countries. It's a Winchester 1894 chambered in 30-30. That doesn't exist. Ah, you're one of those. You got a Glock 19? No. I have a Glock 45, a 47, a 17, a 34, and a 20. 32 custom 357 SIG. Sold all my other ones. Don't have the 21 anymore. I like this channel because you're not afraid to say what you're thinking, also because of the education on guns. So, yeah, I am not somebody that's playing to the algorithm as much as other people do. I'm actually, somebody sent me an email. They want to be my search engine optimization. I'm like, dude, I cuss in my videos and my live streams, so that will actually eliminate me from a lot of people's SEOs. Where I from, even hand knives are illegal. Jesus. Is the 1301 good for shooting clay pigeons? I mean, people do it, but it's not really, you know, it's not really a sporter shotgun. It's more of a tactical style, but it'll do the job. Toyota good, Chevy no good. Typing good, English not good. All that, no Glock 19. I don't like small frame guns. I don't like compact size guns. And I don't like Glock. I own them because I can make them run, but I don't like them. Maybe you can do a Twitch titty stream for Halloween. Maybe I'll dual stream. Everyone, press the like button. Joseph needs to get more likes. Yes, that's my name. My name is actually Joseph, not Jim. A lot of people think my name is Jim because I have it called the Jimmini Show. My name is not Jim, it's Joe. Why not what? Yes, we're trying to get to 200K. If you could only have one 75 Beretta 92 FS or a SIG 226 taking a global apocalypse as your sidearm, which one would you take? I would take the 226. It's a heavier gun out of the three, and honestly, in my opinion, it's the best gun out of the three. The 75B is fine. It's a little bit thin in my hand. I like the feel of a 226. As long as you're in another country, you will not appreciate America. There's a lot of people, even here, Rabin, that don't appreciate where they live. I've seen idiots give up their citizenship and instantly regret it. Oh, I'd rather live in Guam. Well, go fucking live in Guam for a while. After you've lived here with our freedoms your entire life, go live in Thailand. Go live in Russia. Go live in fucking Cape Cod, Africa, India, Egypt. Go live in any other country after living in the United States your whole life, and then tell me you don't appreciate the freedoms we have here. I have so much freedom here in the United States, so many opportunities, and so many things that would boggle the mind of people that live in less fortunate places. So, no, I fully appreciate the fact that I was born an American citizen. I was not born here, but I am an American citizen by birth. Why do you not like Glocks? I've said it a lot. They're boring. They're not innovative. They don't do anything special. They only run because they have terrible tolerances. Their tolerances are so loose, which allows them to run everything. They do it on purpose. The fact that they do it on purpose says a lot to what they are. So when somebody comes to me and they say, hey, look, I just want a self-defense gun. I'm never going to be an enthusiast. I'm not going to buy 50 guns. I'm not going to be that guy. Then yes, I will recommend a Glock. I will definitely put it in your list of recommendations. I will also tell you to check out an M&P, a Canic, an FN, anything else as well, and let you decide. But that is the only time that I will recommend a Glock to anybody. Because if you buy a Glock, number one, you're paying too much. Glock should be $300. Everybody that manufactures a Glock clone that is quality proves that you can make them for and sell them and make money at $300. But secondly, when you pay $300 for a Glock, or when you pay $500 for a Glock 19 or $589 for an MOS, and then you have to put another $500 into it to make it as good as a $500 1911, so you have $1,000 into a $500 gun, it's bullshit. Anarchy, that is literally deportation. The guy's been all around Africa and South America 100%. I'm just saying, man. I was an army brat. I lived, that wasn't America, was in Baumholder, Germany, actually Neubrücke, and it was so much more locked down. So glad I'm an American, not North Korean, because of the freedom we have here in America. I've had multiple Glocks and sold them all. I carry an older SIG 229 and 357 SIG. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Where the fuck is my 229? I have one that's been sitting at the pawn shop so long I forgot I owned it. Think the Kuna will ever come out to look at? Nobody has one. Think it's a scam. Yes, it definitely will. I know people that have them. It's just their production is so far behind because they sold them all to like Buds and fucking Guns.com and shit. From the UK, we need all them guns. Unfortunately, I can't get them to you. Is a 308 good for hunting? Yes. Have I ever fired an STG 44? No, but I'd love to. I agree with you, dude. The UK does need to bring back guns. I truly don't understand what the heck they just done ban guns from you people. Yeah, thank the shitty things. Dahui, $2 donation. Thank you, sir. Is the 229 or 226 Legion worth the money? Yes, because the Legion gives you, usually it gives you a better pick rail because you're usually not the SIG proprietary rail. They're usually the flat 1913 style rail. A lot of times the finish is better. The triggers tend to be better. And they're all full match grade. Stonehaven is eating pizza. Sarko had a semi-auto STG. Nice. Have I ever shot a 50 before? Yes. Nahui! That's what I see when I read that name. Nice KS7. I have one in OD green myself. I love it. Awesome compliant. If you have a choice between a Taurus G3 or a High Point, which would you choose? I mean, I would take the G3 just because it's easier to work on gun, but either one does the job. It's an Offspring song. Dude, Offspring, I haven't heard them in a long time. What gun do you love shooting the most? 1911s and 45 ACP are my favorite guns. Single stack, double stack, doesn't matter. 45 ACP, 5-inch government model. You're not boring me. I'm just psychotic. All right, let's go ahead and do a precise walkthrough of the gun wall. So if anybody asks, tell them to go to this timestamp. Somebody timestamp that shit. 69 minutes. Nice. What kind of Kel-Tec is that? That is the KS7. I still carry a Glock 19 most of the time. I know there's better guns I do, but the reliability. You know what? That's fine. The factory finish was perfection. Oh, it's the best finished gun in the world. So that's a Dagger compact frame that I have laying around. If I'm not mistaken, did knife crime increase? Yes. Almost bought a Ruger 1911 the other day. Is it okay, or should I save up for a Springfield? No, the Ruger 1911s are actually really solid. So if it looks like it's in good shape, buy it. Daria, DY9 with the island ports. You can see it's a ported gun. Really nice. Then you have the Fusion Firearms XF Pro, also ported. I actually have multiple barrels for that gun. TSOS Night Stalker with lightning cuts and a custom frame, custom trigger, custom slide work, and I'm about to pass out. I should not have stood up. I have POTS, for those of you that don't know, or at least we have to get a final confirmation. Sorry, I'm not Boogie2988. I'm not claiming it until I know for sure, but I've got issues. GeForce Arms Chronicle 1911. That's a 45 ACP that had adjustable sights, fiber optic, front and rear slide serrations, and an adjustable trigger for $300. I have not fired it yet, and something tells me it's going to be shit. Firestar 45 ACP single stack, the M45. It's kind of cool looking. Kel-Tec KS7 single tube 12 gauge. Sears Model 43-103 22 long rifle. Just a good looking gun, although I scratched the stock the other day. That is my 1022 bull barrel with a suppressor on it in the Heatseeker chassis from Sharps Brothers. Check them out. They sent that to me for review. I put the buttstock and the buffer tube and the grip on there, but other than that, thanks. Heritage Barkeep 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum cylinder with it. The Yeet Cannon with the chameleon thread barrel, because why wouldn't you? Threaded protector. The Gerson Match X with, again, custom stippling. My buddy at Liberty Arms, Greg, he did that one for me. That's tree bark, and that is just bump stippling. He does all my guns. Yeah, when I get them stippled, he does all my work. So, yeah. Awesome job there. Also, I did that to the gun. I had it refinished. I fully disassembled it. And Taylor's and Company out of Winchester, Virginia, they make some really nice guns. They did the hot bluing on the slide. That's an aluminum frame, so I couldn't hot blue it. But yeah, I did the high polished dull look, make it look like a Colt. Fusion Firearms XP Pro 9mm takes Glock mags. I boogered the grip to give it a better feel for me. The Dan Wesson DWX. Is Magpul furniture any good? Yes. How much did the hot blow set you back? So Taylor's and Company did that slide, a second 1911 slide, and a frame for $199. But yeah, that DWX shoots like a dream. It looks like shit because I did that on purpose. It's a battle-worn finish that we did because you see that vertical scratch in the front of the slide there? Setting it down on a counter on top of the edge of a safety, put that scratch in it, and then you see all these striations in that. That's not from my buddy's battle wearing the look. That is literally the finish in the metal. So that's how shitty they cut the gun. It's a $2,000 gun, by the way, with a $400 optic and a $150 optic plate on it. And that is not real rust. We fake patinaed it to make it look like shit because, you know, fuck you, Dan Wesson. $2,000 and the finish came off. Quick question. Best caliber for handgun to have for outdoor hike in the Everglades. 10mm minimum. The Tanfoglio Witness Masad. It's a 9mm. That slide is called the Masad slide. You can see it's a full-length slide, kind of like you would see on a PO1 or SPO1, but it has the traditional non-railed frame. The Israeli Mossad asked Tanfoglio to build them guns, and I took the grips off of that gun and put them on there. So yes, that is my Dan Wesson DWX grips on a Tanfoglio. The Chris Sphinx, the Swiss 2011 So this is a CZ75 based gun. You can see it's got the inverted rail system, but you'll also see that it has a removable grip module. This is the Alpha. It has the aluminum grip module on it, which is actually very rare. Has a fiber optic front that I put in there because, you know, I like high vis. Hammer Lee 22 caliber 9mm. I like that gun. I want to get a binary trigger with the Greater Lakes AR-10 chambered in 300 Win Mag. Have a similar setup. What's a binary? And boy, is it a blast. Nice. Just some random shiz. Checkmate mag. 37mm grenade round. 416 Barrett and 250 cals. And then my buddy Drunk Mouse, who is a master 3D printer, printed me a fake Chiappa because he knows how much I hate them. Hello, Scott. But yeah, and that's an Osprey 9 2.0. You can use that on any caliber up to 9mm, yeah, up to 35,000 PSI. I think if it wasn't small, I could probably shoot 45 out of it. Yeah, that's the wall. You guys have now seen the wall. Like and subscribe for the wall, you fucks. I mean, thank you guys. I love you all. You're so beautiful, and I want to take you all home and make you pumpkin pies. Stupid fucks. Nothing. Look at my hat. Holy shit. My hair is fucked up today. It's nice that they charge so much for the optic plate. Yeah, so the best part is that one is the Cajun Gunworks. So actually I paid $100 for that one. I paid $150 for a Dan Wesson. Look at that quality. 360p, bro, for the win. But yeah, I paid $100, $150 for an RMR plate. That sick looking stipple. Yeah, it is. And he does it for anybody. You can send me your gun and I can take it down to him and have it stippled. It takes, you know, a week to 10 days and then you have a custom stipple. No, it's because it's my connection, which is stupid because I have Wi-Fi 6 and very good coverage, but KK, only type 2 of those. You get a third one in there, we got a problem. The green revolver is so cool. Yep. Bro, what is your favorite optic? Of optics I've owned, probably my Romeo 1 Pro. I really like that one. And then probably second would be my Fastfire C, which is on that gun. That's got the Burris Fastfire C. It's a smaller footprint, but it works amazing. And it's just a solid fucking red dot. And it's like $150. Did he just say bucks? Yeah, buck. Nice. You gotta get an ACOG. No, I don't. I've used ACOGs. Number one, their fixed focal plane sucks. The eye relief on an ACOG sucks. You can literally pirate yourself by shooting an ACOG, man. Fuck that. ACOG is cool because of the way the tritium works and wraps over the top. It looks neat. But literally the worst eye relief on a fixed power optic I've ever shot. If you need a really good fixed power optic, get a Primary Arms SLR. They have fixed 3 power, 4 power, 5 powers that are literally 50 times better than the ACOG for $400. You got to get another can. Yeah, I do. Colorado is becoming dog shit for gun rights. It's kind of always been dog shit. Look, if you like an ACOG because of the way they look, go for it. But dude, I put one on a Desert Eagle. If I had tried to fire the Desert Eagle with the ACOG on it, I literally would have knocked my teeth out. Lose the shirt. I'll take off my shirt for $500. I'll free nipples. Like I said, I don't ask you for nothing, but I am a very expensive whore. Hey! Jeff Elliott, thank you very much. Comes in with his donation. Sorry, I wasn't checking my emails. Jeff, to do it. So if you cash app me enough money, people, I will wear like F cup fake titties on a Halloween stream. I have a cat suit and bikinis and workout gear. Saw a Glock neon sign for sale on Prime Day and almost bought it to send to your house. You would have been banned. What's your favorite one up on the wall? My favorite one up on the wall currently, right this moment, would probably, even though I hate the finish, be my Dan Wesson DWX. Because it's an amazing shooting gun, it just has a shit finish. Send Joe $20 for the titty stream. Well, you guys got what? What's today, the 10th? You guys have another 20 days to come up with the money. You have a 1911. Nope, not a single one. Yeah, definitely not that one, or that one, or that one. No 1911s up there. We're so close to him, but we need your help. Dude, you are not even close to being close, brother. Stop lying to him. Charles, not sure what the money's for, but here we go. Well, Charlie, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Glad you're watching the live stream. So Halloween is coming, and last year I did a titty stream, and I'll do another titty stream, but you guys got to pay for it. No, definitely no 1911s behind me. Well, yay! Thank you for the money there, Mr. Stony Haven. Where's the COs? COs what? Happy birthday. Enjoy this donation for Titty. God damn it. Thank you, Drunk Mouse. Appreciate it. Simply asking me if I have guns will not be answered. I'm here to educate, entertain, and kind of maybe make you a little disturbed. I don't do the do you haves, man. It gets boring when you do live streams all the time. If you don't see it behind me, I don't have it. How's Rocky doing? He's great. Come by the shop, man. You can hang out with him tomorrow. I'll be here in the morning because I got a guy coming to pick up some guns that I did some work on. Dude, Taurus GX4, they have this new color. It's a Cerakote, which unfortunately scratches easy, but it's like an electric dark blue color, and it's fucking nice. Did you ever get the Glock tattoo? Yeah, I've had it for well over a year, man. Do you play any instruments? No, I played piano when I was younger, but I fucked up my hand. I tried playing guitar, but I fucked up my hand. I would play the drums, but I fucked up my hand. So unfortunately, no instruments anymore. Oh, we doing the happy birthday thing anymore? Yeah, unfortunately, it's never gone away fully. That little sloth up there is so cute. There's actually multiple sloths. When I'm not blocking it, there's one sitting on top of the CPU, that one there, and apparently there's another one that fell somewhere. What about the skin flu? I usually just call that the 5-knuckle shuffle. You want to get a red dot for a Glock 19. Which one would you recommend? So Burris is really solid. It depends on which plate you're running, if you're running a Doctors or an RMR, etc. A Trijicon RMR, if you just want a no fuss, no muss, one and done optic. They're expensive, but it's good. Otherwise, look at like CV Life, Siley. They've sent me a bunch of them in the past. The sloths multiplied by Banoonies. Yes, they do. Is that a good idea with the boys in the house? Wife wants a drum set for her birthday. Get it! Have I handled the 92X Performance? Yes, one of my friends bought one when they first came out. It's very nice gun. Doesn't impress me. Have you seen the ones with the blue, yellow, and red grips they came out with? If you're talking like the Squalo, the Corsa, etc., I haven't put my hands on them, but I have seen a lot of them. Dude, are you okay? Sorry, I watch him every now and then. He starts doing the running thing. I just want to make sure that it's not a seizure of some sort. Yeah, he's fine. I have a Siley and love it. Yeah, so on my XP Pro right there, that's a Siley Chameleon. It's the same size as an SRO, but it's like $200 versus $600. Oh, I just realized I was blocking it. That one. Look up Siley Chameleon. Would I ever go camping in minus 20-degree weather for $500,000? Absolutely. I'd do it for $500. I was homeless for years. Saw something on the 320s having issues again. Is it true or just recycled? It's all recycled, Charlie. It's the same old shit. They're pretty clean. The optics plate is still high with the disconnector protruding, but Vortex makes a really low optic specifically for the optic cut Berettas. Yeah, I made the mistake of putting a first gen O-sight on top of my Beretta 92 XI or the 9211. It looked stupid. It looked like it was wearing a top hat. I almost got the Chameleon. Instead, I got the Wolf EDG. I've got the Wolf as well. The Wolf is actually on my Rock Island 5.0. Bruce, what is up, sir? How's your lives been going? For those of you that don't know, Bruce Banner, one of my mods, he's been doing live streams and he has his own channel, so get over there and subscribe to him. Driving home from the range, made 4 videos and uploading now. Sweet! Go check him out, guys. What do you think about LC9 Rugers? It's a little bit old. It's not my style anymore. It's a good price to pay for a used TP9 SFF. Got about 2,000 rounds through it and really nasty holster wear. TP9 SF with 2,000 rounds through it, I probably personally, like if somebody brought that into my store, I'd pay $150. I'd probably sell it for like $225, $250. The height overboard is ridiculous. Yeah, it is. SSX 303. Do you know anything about it? Sounds like a Turkish shotgun. Oh wow, I didn't know Bruce was doing lives. Yep. In your opinion, what's the best firearm manufacturer? Nighthawk Customs by far. Second would be Hayes Customs. Third would be literally anybody other than Glock. Now, if you ask me who's the best at gaslighting people, Glock, then Apple. But yeah. Oh my God, he hates on Glocks. I own Glocks. I'm allowed to hate on them. You gonna go to the Tat Expo in Dulles? No, didn't even know they do them at Dulles. My tats are just kind of my tats. Although it's funny, I went to the Chantilly gun show with my buddy Alex. You've seen him on here, Alex McClure. And old man at the table asked me what the 41717 means on my arm because he thought I was referring to something that happened in like World War I. And I had to explain to him it was the day I died. And the look on his face when I told him that I died, it was hilarious. Yeah, Bruce, join in the fun. We are 900. I said, fine, I'll do it for, I want to do it for $2,000, but if you guys pay at least 1,000, I'll do the titty stream. Currently we need 940 some dollars. The Apple gun is going to be called the iGun. That's trademarked by Suicide People. Thinking about the 250 range, my friend got offered one, but the guy wants 380 for it. I saw new, they go for 400. Yeah, TP9 is the first gen, man. I would SF, no. You can spend like $425 and get a brand new Meta SF. Just shot my pistol ball with a stock Glock 19. What is that? Oh, just sought your qualification with the Gen 3, not the best experience. Got it. Did it go well? I mean, other than not going well, I mean, did you qualify? Make a standy video, shoots on iPhone, call it the iShot. Why would I ever need more than a few guns? Because if you're an enthusiast, a hobbyist, you own more than multiple things. I have 2 computer cases in this room. I have multiple motherboards sitting in this room. I have multiple keyboards. I have multiple guns. I have multiple cars. I have multiple penises. It's just the way of life, man. The more you like something, the more of it you're going to have. Do I have suppressor? Yes, I have the Osprey 9 on the 1022 up there. The more guns a person has, the more protection from ghosts. Exactly. You just ordered an Echelon Compact. Good choice. You got 100%. Thanks for asking. Well, that's good. As long as you called. Do you trust yourself? I trust myself with guns. I do not trust myself with knives. I've accidentally stabbed myself every year for the last 5 years. In fact, I started the tattoos to cover over where I stabbed myself. My gun safe's overflowing. That's why I have 3. And find the one that fits in your hand the best. Penises and guns. Yeah, the problem is it's not usually my penis because my hands are too small. But when you're walking around the gym, you're like, sorry, ma'am. Mrs. Mouse thinks the WW1 Luger holster is haunted. Nice. Reckon you could go nuts one day. I have gone nuts. Everybody goes nuts. I have spent time in a mental health facility because I was a little bit off. I tried to kill myself. Not even answering that question, Spirit. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's my headphone adapter with a questionable stain on it. Yeah, are you alive, boy? Actually, I don't do that accent anymore. Comrade Dogkov, are you good? Yes. I have the holster displayed in our bedroom with the little metal stand. Lol. Why did you go to the crazy house? Because I don't. Everybody gets overwhelmed sometimes, and rather than let myself slip into a dark place, I sought out help. I willingly went and committed myself. Not really committed myself, but I checked myself in to make sure that I wasn't going to do anything stupid. What's the dumbest gun attachment you have? No, the Tac-Sac is awesome. The dumbest gun attachment I have currently would probably be a hand stop that's that big. I don't understand the point of them. Also, I have a reverse optic. I put it together wrong, so it faces the wrong way. Hello, Terry. Well, if you have the right licenses and permission, yes, you can manufacture suppressors. But if you don't have the permission of the U.S. government in the form of your tax stamp, you cannot manufacture a suppressor. And you cannot manufacture them for sale if you don't have a manufacturing license. Ever shoot full auto or FRT? I have shot full auto. I do not have any experience with FRTs because they don't interest me. I do have a binary trigger, which I've demonstrated is plenty fast. You don't need permission. I have a federal firearms license. I am a registered FFL. If I do shit off book, I can get in trouble. So yes, I do need permission. What's the dumbest app you have on your phone? I have this one that it's Photify AI, and I keep making myself look like hot Indian women. I do not have the SOT, but I am an FFL. Any M1 Garens? No. Is that a Chiappa on the wall? It is not a real one. It is a 3D printed replica. My buddy Drunk Mouse made it because he knows how much I hate Chiappa. I should get him to make me a full-size Glock 17. Is the Canik TP9 SFX worth it? At what price are you speaking? If you're just talking about standard retail, actually, yes. The SFX is a very effective size gun. It kind of, so for those of you that don't know, the Walther P90 the Walther P99 is the basis for the Canik guns. Canik licensed the Walther P99 firing group, so it's actually made under license from Walther. So if you get at $300, it's definitely worth the money. And SFX for $300 is like getting a Q5 match for $300. It's definitely worth the money at that price then. I'd probably say it's worth it at $400 if it's clean. Is it true if you form a suppressor from a kit that's intended to be made into a suppressor, that's illegal? I remember hearing you have to build the whole thing from scratch. I don't remember all the specifics of you when you're actually filling out the documentation. I have not done any homemade suppressor form ones for anybody, so I don't remember. Why don't you have the SO2? Isn't it really worth it? It is worth it, but I need to have a provider for doing the paperwork, and I'm broke. I'm not paying Silencer Co. $6,000 for a kiosk. Oh, Canada. I know that was terrible. I don't care. Would you recommend a friend who can only get a cheap 9mm, an RXM, or an SD9 V2? Yes, both of those. Either one, whatever you can afford. The RXM has the leg up because it's optics ready for a little bit more money. The SD9, its downfall is you only get one mag for $300, but if you spend the extra $20-$30 and get a second mag, then you basically are at the same level. The other reason the RXM pulls ahead is because it does use Glock components, and Glock components are cheaper for upgrades. Had a SW99 with the Walther made lower back in the day, two-tone. Those were nice too. That was the other licensed gun. Last time I saw you, I asked about that Ruger in the top right. Can you tell me more? Which Ruger? You're calling the police. Okay. Why? You gotta make Silencer Co. pay to have one of the kiosks. So, when you buy the kiosk, you can set up a sponsorship where you can put Silencer Co. stuff on your kiosk, and then they'll send you some free suppressors, but I'm not spending $6,000 to get $4,000 in suppressors. Halloween is coming. Best gun for fighting ghosts. All of my guns are made for fighting ghosts. In fact, that's why I own them all. I'm protecting myself from the ghost of idiots long past. Also, my big fake titties that I'll be wearing at Halloween, if you guys make the donations, that'll be the guns for protecting you guys from ghosts. If you're gonna do it only for if you're gonna do it only for yourself, like make full autos, well, here's the deal: you still need somebody to process your forms. You can't. Now you can do your form 1s, but if you're trying to do form 4s and stuff, you definitely want to set up with somebody to make it easier. It's very difficult to process form 1s and 4.4s by yourself. It's doable, but it's a pain in the friggin' ass because you got to set up as an actual. When you sign up with your SOT, you got to make all the different accounts and shit. You got to watch them all. You have to upload everything yourself. So signing up with like Silencer Co., Silencer Shop, Silencer Central, Peterson Farms is who we used to use at Middletown. It just makes it easier. TP9 SFX or Springfield Echelon? I'm gonna go with the SFX. Is the Ruger a shotgun? I'm wanting one. Ruger does not, as far as I know, manufacture a shotgun. That one up there is a 22 caliber rifle. Boom, boom, boom. But also, getting an 0702 just to manufacture for myself is actually frowned upon. One of the things that the ATF talks about when you get an FFL is that you're not using it for just personal gain, for buying guns to just put in your name and shit like that. I heard Ruger makes titanium knee or hip replacements. That's interesting. I mean, it would be kind of cool. What do I think is the best 2011 for the money? An old STI. If you can find an old STI DV Tactical or a STI DVC Tactical, that's probably the best 2011 for the money. If money is no object and you want the best one for the money, a Nighthawk Customs or a Hayes Customs. What's the dumbest safety feature you've seen on a gun? A magazine disconnect. If you own a gun that has a magazine disconnect and you haven't removed it, fucking click off my channel and fix your shit. I have my FFL solely for my personal gain. Yeah, well, that's a little bit different. What is it you need to get a suppressor? Someone told me you have to get your fingerprints taken. Yes, you need your picture, fingerprints, and all your documentation, and you should set up a trust for yourself, or a multi-shot trust or a single-shot trust. You want to have something where if you die, somebody else can have easier access to your shit. But yes, you need fingerprints and a picture taken to qualify for a SOT license, or not an SOT, a Class 3 license of any sort. What if you live in California? You have to have a magazine disconnect. Okay, I stand corrected. The stupidest thing I've ever seen on a gun is California. Hello, Brooke. What's up? Pretty good. Can't remove magazine safety from my 365 or I can't carry it. Also, the high power has one. Yeah, but that one is very easily removed. That reminds me I need to change my trust. Uh-oh. How do you shoot? Usually with my eyes closed and doing this. Sometimes when I'm shooting, I'll go pew, 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 pew. It's funny because you have a gun that has a California stamped on it. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I don't anymore. I sold that gun. You're talking about the Mitchell Mauser. 44 Magnum or Eagle Desert? Well, they make a Desert Eagle in 44 Magnum, so both. High power from German occupation does not have a magazine safety. Also, a competition high power does not have a magazine safety. It literally just, it's one bar behind the trigger. It's easy to remove. What about the California fin grip? Fuck that thing, dude. Why do they think that's going to save a life? What kind of stock is on that 1022? Well, let me tell you, Brooke, it is the Heatseeker chassis from Sharps Brothers. So John over at Sharps Brothers sent that to me. Thank you very much, John, by the way. He sent that to me for a video because the Echelon and the RXM reviews are very, very well received, so he sent that to me as well. What state are you in? Usually denial. But also the state of Virginia. There's some dummies watching. Yes, there are. But luckily, the algorithm is keeping them away. What do you think about switches on handguns? It's a waste of ammo. Sharp Brothers seems to make some really cool stuff. I love how the RXM module looks. Yes, and one of the big differences between Icarus Precision and Sharps, Sharps dedicates their stuff more for like carry or functionality. Icarus is more of like straight up like competition style grips. One of the dumbest safeties I've ever seen was a safety that was literally part of the trigger guard. Oh, I've seen a few like that. Modern 94s, Winchester 1894s, 30-30 lever guns, you have to squeeze it even tighter because if you don't squeeze it all the way, it doesn't disengage the safety. Living in Chicago, the criminals can have cooler shit than me. Pretty much. Do I like skis? SKSs are fine. I used to have a Chinese SKS-D with the detachable box mag. Jimmini Show has turned me on to the Sharps Brothers. Thank you. Yeah, special ed here. Very stupid. I know. Very, very dumb. It's all right. Think it possible to quick scope someone with a sniper in real life like close combat? Yes, dude, you have your gun shit together well. Thank you, sir. I've noticed most states that make you pay for bags at checkout has stupid gun laws. It's a good observation, Stone. I don't know Big Timber, sorry. Everybody, like and subscribe. Also go to Bruce's channel, like and subscribe over there. I want every gun channel that isn't full of douche nozzles to do well. I want... Oh, dude. I closed my eyes and it feels so fucking good. Hold on. I'm going to take a nap real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves. This is what you don't pay for. Fuck, dude, I want to go to bed so bad. Just got my Sharps Brothers wooden grip module for my RXM. I love it. Would you put me onto this beautiful thing? I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that you say that. Thank you. AR9, do you recommend? I recommend AR9s if you are looking for mag compatibility with another gun. So I used to have a CMMG Banshee with the SIG 320 compatibility because I had a lot of 320s. I also had it with the Glock compatibility because some dude blew his COVID check on it, and I got it for like 500 off without ever being fired. Long story short, I made a lot of money on that gun. But yeah, absolutely. The Diamondback AR9 is pretty nice. The Great Lakes, the PSA freaking Gen 4 was actually pretty solid. What is a G10 repeater? Paul Platt. At least you're not Paul Pot. Ooh. Someone deep cut that one. How much ammunition do you pay annually? Do you mean how much, like, do I use every year? I don't count the money I spend on ammo because that is a necessary expenditure. I can tell you that I'm like this year I've been much more diligent. Even though I'm not filming it, I'm going to the range just about every week and putting a couple of hundred rounds. So figure 500 rounds a month, so 6,000 rounds. Of varying calibers. Oh, that's why I don't know what that is, dude. I don't mess with BB pellet guns much. I've got a couple, but I don't use them. Samba, hello. Hello, Samba. Are you having a good day? That's wonderful. Very nice to hear. Oh, it makes me feel funny, like when I watch a pretty lady dance. Yes. Dance to samba. I don't count what I spend on ammo because it probably pay my house off and make me sad. I can tell you for every gun you own, you will spend 5 to 50 times more money on the ammo than you will on the gun. Do you have pistols? Do I have pistols? Mate, if you look up there, you'll see there's a couple of pistols up there. And a couple of them are pretty damn nice, I'd have to say. Absolutely, Zorro. I am absolutely scared. I am a timid sissy boy. How long have you been on YouTube? About 8 years. Between 5 and 50, that's about right. You have a wife? How does she feel about all the guns? My wife gets pissed every time I buy a new one. No, I have a dog and he doesn't care as long as I keep him in good food. Sharon, I can't find my drugs. It's very nice. Nice. Oh yes, Zorro. Tune back in for the Halloween stream. If we get enough donations, I'm going to cross-dress. What year did I first see a video on YouTube? Way back when I was working at a dealership in Minnesota. Used to watch a channel called stupidvideos.com, and I think they got bought out. God, what, 2009, 2010 probably. My wife has no idea how many I have. My guns have no ideas how many wives I have. I'm making some mini chicken tacos from Trader Joe's in the air fryer and put mozzarella cheese on them. Lols. You can say what you want, dude. Everybody's gay a little bit. You're telling me you wouldn't let Ryan Reynolds suck your dick? You're lying. I didn't tell my wife I bought a Gerson Match X. That's because you bought a Springfield Kuna. What is Rocky going to be for Halloween? Rocky is going to be a doormat. Do I find it hard to aim? Yes, it is very hard to aim. That's why I have to sit down to pee. What did I say about lying? What's the oldest gun I've shot? I've shot a blunderbuss from like 1800 something. But like centerfire or actual firearm, probably my 1903 pocket hammerless that was made in 1907. I regularly, at least a few times a year, shoot my grandfather's 1939 Winchester Model 1894 and 3030. Shot my C96. That was pretty old. Yes, that is true. That was probably the oldest firearm because that was, what, 105 years old? Although 105 years old, that is not as old as my 1907 pocket hammerless. Are those actually real? Yes, my nipples and the guns are both real. Just think about that. I want to see what happens to a Glock in another 50 years. I want to see a 100-year-old Glock. I should, unfortunately, still be alive. You ever built a musket from one of those build-yourself kits? No, I have not. I'm afraid to do that kind of thing. I wouldn't want to be downrange of the C96. Dude, standing next to it was a freaking hilarious time. My toes are fake. My toes are real. Gone. They're really gone. $50, I'll do a foot reveal. Don't anybody tell them which other videos I did it in, you fuckers. What are we getting at? We got about 9 minutes left. So I think what's going to happen is, and I'm not saying this because I want my mods here every day. I'll probably pick up a couple more mods. I think starting Monday, I'm going to do a couple hours every day. Get to donating, boys. I got to pick with the Vajankle. Yeah, you've got the best picture ever, dude. I could probably show that on Twitch because it's medical. Oldest firearm I shot was a Smith & Wesson revolver, 357. My uncle bought from some guy who just retired before he moved out to Chicago back in 1989. Old school snobby. Hey, what's up, Tiger? Everybody hit the like button and send a donation for the titty streams. Yes, everybody titty me. Send it to Cash App. I want to show my bazonga donga donga bongas. I cannot do it if you do not pay. I'm sorry. Don't burn yourself out. Just stream as much as you can comfortably. I figure a couple hours a day is doable. This was interesting. Gracias. De nada, homie. Cool, dude. What's up? Nice for us. More fun every day. Oh, no. I'm not Mr. Patel. I don't know what you are talking about. My name is Doug. I am from Peoria, Illinois. Kenneth, you have a great night. Any leads on a lever action 357 or Mossberg and Map Scout? Also would be interested in a Tech 9 Mint Hill Armory. What? If you send me an email and tell me what you're looking for, I'll keep my eyes open, but I don't, actively keep my eyes open for shit. Oldest I've shot is the FN 510. I don't have a lot of guns. Lol. I'll pay $50 to keep the socks on. Fucking do it. I'm going to start pulling them off right now, dude. They're black and they were in hot shoes all day. There's gonna be some sweat. You put 4 mozzarella string cheese sticks on the tacos. I mean, that sounds like a good time. Hey, dog, you want to say goodbye to the people? You want to come say goodbye to people, dog? I sound like Markiplier. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Happy Wheels. Oh, I'm going to die. 5 Nights at Freddy's. Would you be interested in a Mint Hill Armory AP9 Tech 9 clone? No. But thank you for the offer. We had taco night today, too. What has less felt recoil? My STI Grandmaster, my DWX, or the Staccato XC? I've never shot the Staccato XC. I have the Match X, which has really good recoil, and it has the island port just like the Staccato. But the sheer weight of the STI, plus it's got the true bore 6 1/4 inch total overall length barrel with the 3 ports on it, That probably has the least amount of felt recoil. It's also chambered in 38 Super Major, so it fires a pretty spicy round, but still has the best recoil. The DWX is just a good shooting gun. It does not handle recoil as good as a 1911, honestly. Oh, fuck. So, for those of you that don't know, POTS, posture it's a fucking thing that messes with your blood pressure. It can come about after a viral infection, and I've had COVID 3. So my doctor's pretty sure that's why I'm having my syncope and fainting spells, which is great because there's no cure for it. It's just manageable, which sucks. I'm eyeballing a couple of high power auctions. That sounds like fun, dude. You okay, buddy? I can always tell when he's completely out because he's barely breathing. Hey, buddy. How is it manageable? Diet, exercise, things like that can manage your blood pressure. Practicing kind of like Kegel exercises for women. You can practice. So in order to prevent a blood pressure drop, you can hold your breath, do, clenching muscles, kind of like the way an Air Force pilot does it. You can train your body to help fight the blood pressure drop when you do things. Yeah. What happens when you put a cow in an earthquake? Milkshakes. I use the paper ones, but order plastic ones from Amazon to my house. Lol. Oh shit! It's like a sudden drop. Yeah. So POTS. What happens is your body doesn't get the message that you're trying to stand. So when you stand up, the blood does not flow as hard. And it can cause you to pass out and faint. Now, I already have high blood pressure, so for me to get a drop in blood pressure, it's a much more dramatic event. So, like my blood pressure, I'm always hypertensive. So for me to drop from like 148 over 110 to like 70 over 40, I literally have to fight the urge to pass out. My EDC is a Smith & Wesson Governor. Nothing wrong with that. Why does the Yeet cannon look so cool? Because of the laser engraving. Am I drunk? No, I am just medically fucked. I'm disabled. Heavily. So it makes me act like I'm drunk because the blood flow to my brain just slowed down by about 40%. Do I have a Canic Meta MC9? I personally do not. I don't like small frame guns. I don't know. A Smith & Wesson Governor is not a terrible choice. It's a much better version of a Judge. All right, children of the internets, the interwebs, I'm going to show you my sleeping dog and his dog Peni. And then we are going to get out of here. Yes, Peni. He has multiple penises. So that's the dog. Twitch, motherfucker. Hitch, motherfucker. Switch, motherfucker. Bitch, motherfucker. Stitch, motherfucker. Hitch, motherfucker. What's your shite? Hits the fan gun. Mossberg 930 Tactical, AR-15 custom build, and any one of my 1911s. So it's more of a loadout than a single gun. Rocky's a good doggy. Hey, I wonder if this works. I've never tried this. Nothing. You're good. You're good. You're good. You good. You're good. Nope. That's a sign of a well-trained dog. He won't just instantly eat the treat. Cody, you have a good night too. Nope, he ate it. Damn it. I mean, good boy. Good boy. Christopher, the night's ending. Sorry. What, POTS? Yes, it's a pain in the ass. Have a good weekend. Thanks, guys. Don't forget, Cash App, Jimmini, $ Jimmini, if you want to watch me wear fake titties for Halloween. Get him some extra ear scritches for us. Come here, buddy. Come here. Let me get this. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right there, right there. Oh, yeah, that's the spot right there. Oh, yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you know what's up. Oh, yeah. Look at that right there. Oh, yeah, right there, right there. Oh, my boy loves his scritchy, 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 scritchies. Yes, sir.